Alright guys, so this is YouTube, and so as we know, there's a lot of information from a lot of different fish keeping channels today. Most of it good information, but some of it is potentially dangerous to your fish. Today we're going to talk about a few of those things and why they're potentially dangerous to your fish. So stick with us and keep your fish safe.
16-inch monster, y'all.
What up, squad? And hello to everybody just passing through. Alright guys, when I first came to YouTube 3 or 4 years ago as a new fish keeper, I came expecting and was delighted to find all my questions about keeping fish answered. You could see the fish in tanks with different kinds of fish from the fish keepers, out the fish keeper's mouths, and being able to see it versus reading it in forums and different informationals on the internet just made things so much easier. And I would imagine today that, like myself, and I'm sure a lot of you, and even some of you watching right now, are new to the fish keeping hobby, and you got questions. And unfortunately, there's some bad and potentially dangerous misinformation being spread out right now. And today, we're going to try and clear some of that up to help keep your fish safe. If you're not already part of the squad, hit that subscribe button and join today. Alright guys, so today we're going to be covering 3 misinformations, bad informations, whatever you want to call it. We're going to be covering 3 of them today, and then from there, we'll see. If you guys like this video gets a lot of thumbs up, a lot of comments, good interaction, maybe we'll look into doing another one, do a couple like top 3 videos, or top 5 videos, or just 3 more, 5 more, I don't know. We'll figure it out together. So anyway, let's get into this with number 1. Alright guys, number 1. Do not carry fish by hand. Alright, fish have a special slime coating that keeps them safe from parasites, bacteria, disease, and if you overhandle them with your bare hands, you're going to strip some of that slime off, and that is going to put your fish at risk, like I said, of catching external parasites, catching internal parasites, getting sick. Not to mention it just causes unnecessary stress that, for a photo opportunity or, whatever. Now, yes, I've seen a lot of fish that, they get big, they get personable, you want to reach into the tank, give it a little pet or something. I don't think that's talking too much risk. You're not handling the whole fish, but to pick your fish up out of the water or hold your fish and just be stripping that slime, you're putting your fish at risk for getting sick and dying on you. So, yeah, that's number 1. Do not handle your fish barehanded. Alright guys, number 2, proper drip acclimation. I got some notes over here, so if you guys see me looking back and forth, I apologize. I just don't want to miss anything. But basically, drip acclimation, if you're not aware of what that is, that's when you're acclimating fish. Most of us know about floating your fish. You take a bag with your new fish in it, you set it in your tank, you let it float for about 15 minutes. And even then, that's really not how you're supposed to stop it. In that 15 minutes, all you've done is temperature acclimate. Ideally, what you would do is cut open the bag, take a little bit of water, scoop it in just a little bit, let that sit for 5 minutes, a little bit more over at least a couple hour period, so that you can chemically acclimate the waters between the two. So drip acclimation is when your fish is too big to fit in a bag. You either have it in your bucket or container or wherever you're keeping it, and you run air hose line, some kind of small line. You get the vacuum going and you suck on it, get the water coming down, and then you tie it in a loose knot so that it's just drip by drip by drip, single drip at a time. And you want to do that over like 2 to 4 hours depending on, the fish. Hardier fish, less time. More delicate fish, longer time. Like I said, doing a drip acclimation where it's a quick flow of water over, I don't know, say 5 minutes, is not going to temperature acclimate, let alone chemically acclimate your fish. And the dangers here is obviously there could be a chemical difference in the bag. The bag might have higher nitrates, and the fish is used to bringing that in, or it could have really fresh, clean water. And when you go to put it in your tank, you don't know the pH change, the nitrates change, the phosphates, whatever chemical differences in the two waters could cause a major shock to your fish and kill it. And like I said, we don't want to see people just killing fish here. This isn't just a show hobby. I would hope that most people getting into the aquarium hobby do it because they have some kind of passion for the fish, some kind of love for the fish, and I would hope that everybody here treats their fish with some kind of love and respect. And so take your time with that drip acclimation or any acclimation, so that, like I said, not only are you going to change the temperature and get the temperature differences acclimated, but you want to try and get some chemical acclimation so that you're not shocking your fish and killing it. Now, like I said, there are some fish that are really hardy, and you can take it out of the container straight in. And if you know it's a hardier fish, then cool, go for it. But if you're doing an acclimation, it's probably because you think that this fish needs the acclimation. So we want to do a proper acclimation and give it that time for chemical and a temperature acclimation. Fred is saying hi over here. Hi, Fraz. Alright, guys, number 3. Salt does not void a quarantine. Alright, what do I mean by that is I've seen a couple of videos where somebody would get new fish, usually wild caught in this instance, and they put it in the water that they're holding it in, and they'll sprinkle in X amount of salt, let that sit there, and they genuinely believe that this salt is going to somehow kill all the parasites and diseases on this fish and make it safe to go into a tank or pond or whatever with other fish. And while salt will probably irritate and deter some external parasites, I definitely don't think that, and I know that it's not going to kill all internal parasites. It's not going to kill all external parasites, and I don't know many sicknesses in a fish that can be cured by salt. Quarantine your new fish so that you're not spreading any potential external, internal parasites or sicknesses. You want to take that fish and set it up in its own tank, in its own water system, away from your other fish, and leave that fish in there for 4 to 6 weeks, which should give you enough time to notice any signs of external parasites forming on the body, any refusals to eat, changes in behavior, or whatever that would indicate internal parasites or sicknesses, and be able to properly treat. Now, if you watch like King of DIY, you know that you can speed up this process some by kind of force feeding or target feeding certain fish. The more aggressive eaters, you can lace their foods with the different medications for internal parasites and parasites and common diseases and then that speeds that up. And again, I would still say you're probably going to be looking at 2 to 4 weeks instead of 4 to 6 weeks. It's not something that's going to happen a couple minutes or a couple hours or even a couple days. So yeah, salt does not replace quarantine, guys. Alright guys, so to recap. 1, do not handle your fish barehanded. 2, proper drip acclimation, proper acclimation in general. And 3, salt does not void quarantine. Like I said, I'm going to end this video here today. I hope that this clears up some of the misinformation. And like I said, don't just take my word for it, guys. Spend 5 minutes, 20 minutes, half hour, whatever, and get on Google and look this stuff up, and you'll find the information. You see it for yourself. Don't just take my word. Don't ever just take anybody's word that you see on YouTube, TV, wherever. We live in an era where technology is right at the touch of our fingers, and it literally takes half a second to type something into Google and find out. Alright guys, last little bit of information and last little tidbit I gotta say on this is I'm not intending to throw shade on anybody. If you think this video is about you, it might be, it might not be. I'm sorry. Like I said, I'm not trying to offend anybody. I'm not trying to start beef with anybody. I don't think that my crap don't stink or whatever. But this is just information that I've seen that is potentially harmful to your fish, and as a new fish keeper, I just want to try and help do my part and make sure that you get some of both sides of the information. Like I said, don't trust me for it. Go Google it yourself. Find the information out. And anyway, guys, if you're still with us, if this helped you at all, leave us a thumbs up. If you disagree with me, if you agree with me, you got stories to share, drop them in the comments. And if you're not subscribed yet and you haven't joined the squad yet, I'm not sure what you're waiting for. Hit that subscribe button. You're not going to regret it. And anyway, guys, you know where this leads. I'm out. So, mic drop.
Sleeping on my city with lyrical by committee. This swamp is stomping them. You know one drama, I mean not any.